Guys, and welcome back to the
YouTube, we love you. No?
Now that should be killing me. I'm not gonna hold you. That should be killing me. Hey guys,
What is
I was
up,
about
my
to do it for
guy?
one time, but welcome back to my channel. NO Speaks. I know I haven't been speaking in the past couple months, but
We finna speak today.
we're gonna speak today, and we're not gonna speak about nothing. We're gonna speak about something. And that something is the paradox of an infinite universe.
Ooh, 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 Wait,
Infinite universe.
they can see all of this?
Yeah, but what do you think
There we go.
about the infinite universe?
What do I think about? I think that the universe is infinite, first of all. Like, I think some people think that it's just Earth. But I think
Yeah.
it's way more. I think that there might be, like, us on, like, many more different planets. Like, the same version of us, just doing slightly different things.
Yeah, that's true. I know what you mean. Like multiverses. Type shit.
But that's really scary, though, to think about.
Yeah,
I
but
begin.
imagine we were alone,
That's even scarier.
right?
Because then what does this mean?
Like then we're gone, and then what? There's nothing, no more life. That's sad.
That's really, really sad, actually.
Well, video.
Is the universe infinite? Does it have an edge? And if so, what would you see if you went there?
God.
Today, we know that the universe had a beginning 14 billion years ago and that it's been expanding ever since. But something that's expanding should also have an edge, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of does. Information can't travel faster than light. That means that we can only see parts of the universe whose light has had time to reach us in the last 14 billion years. When we look outwards, what we see is a sphere centered on us, the observable universe. But it gets a tad more complicated. Because the universe has been expanding, we know that the most faraway things whose light we can see are actually 45 billion light years from us right now. So the observable universe is a sphere with a radius of 45 billion light years.
Okay.
It contains around 200 billion galaxies.
And then I would be like, where
each
is the
with
light
hundreds
coming
of
from?
billions
You
of
know what I
stars.
mean?
So
coming
for
from
us,
other stars.
there is an edge. We're looking at the past until there
You
is
know,
just
like the sun
no
is a ball,
past
right?
left.
So are there other
This
suns?
edge.
Yes, stars.
Yeah, but not every star is a sun. But every sun is a star. That's what I'm asking. Is there a lot of suns? We only know one sun, our sun. That's why we
Every
revolve
star
around
is
it.
sun.
Every star is a sun. No, it's not.
I mean, damn near. Unless it's like
Stars, no,
a
babe.
galaxy or something. Like, what you mean? I
Like,
don't understand what you're trying to say.
the sun is a star, but stars, not all stars are suns.
You talk about it's like sun to like on a planet or something.
You know what a
Like
sun even is? Like,
Mm.
we revolve around the sun because it's so big in our atmosphere and it's the only one. Like, other planets don't have a sun. We all revolve around the same sun. Neptune, all that, they have moons, but we all have one sun. So I'm saying, are there other suns?
Pretty sure every planet has a sun.
No, babe, what? We
Does it go
all,
around something though?
the sun. The sun is in the middle and we all revolve.
man.
You never seen the solar system pictures where all the planets are revolving around the sun?
Yeah,
One sun.
yeah.
So every planet doesn't have its own sun.
Talk about like every solar system.
Right, but we don't know. We're only in this solar system. That's what I'm asking.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure you can just look that up. Quick intermission, y'all.
Now we gotta look up if there's more suns in the universe. Yes, there are vastly more suns in the universe than just our
Stars.
own sun. Yes, I know that the sun is a star, but not all stars. Just because you
All
see a
stars
star,
are suns, y'all.
okay, it's definitely not. Are all stars suns? No, not all stars are suns, but our sun is a star. You feel me? The fundamental function of a star that it burns hydrogen. Every single star burns hydrogen. So they're all like our sun because they burn hydrogen. That's why our sun is a star. But I don't know why they're not a sun. I think it's not a sun because nothing revolves around the stars. We only revolve around the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Which is really more like an edge in time and, in a sense, meaningless. The real universe is for sure bigger than what we can see. But how much? There are two options. Either the universe is really big but finite, or it's truly infinite. A finite universe means that if you want to fill it with ice cream, you can do it. You need a lot of ice cream, but it is a finite amount. But that leads to a weird problem. Such a universe should have an edge, a cosmic wall where space ends. And if there's an edge, there should be something outside that edge. But the universe by definition is all there is. So how could there be stuff outside all there is? Does the idea of something outside of everything even make sense?
No.
Except, of course, there is
That's what's so freaky about it.
You can have a universe that has no border, but that still could be filled with a finite amount of ice cream.
Is it weird to say that? I'd be thinking we live in like a computer screen.
Finite? Imagine an orange and a really tiny ant. The ant can only see a small piece of the skin, just as you can only see a small chunk of the universe. But if the ant starts walking, it will eventually walk around the whole orange and be back to its starting point.
Right, like you can never get out.
So the skin of an orange is not infinite, but it doesn't have a border.
We can't get there.
The universe is not like the skin of an orange, but it could be very similar. Instead of a sphere, it could be a hypersphere, where 3D space is curled on itself, which is impossible for your brain to visualize, unfortunately. But the point is, no borders, no outside of the hypersphere. From our human ant perspective, our whole 3D space is like the peel of the orange. If you were aboard a spaceship flying in a straight line, you would eventually come back to Earth. How does any of this make sense? The actual physics is hard, so we have to simplify and lie a bit here. But in a nutshell, it all boils down to gravity. The way it works is that mass creates gravity by bending space-time. This bending is the strongest where the mass is, but sort of stretches on forever, like a very mild tension in the fabric of space-time itself. This could bend the whole universe in a way where it bends back on itself, which then makes the hypersphere. If you find this confusing, we're with you. If the universe happens to be a hypersphere, how could we find out how big it is? On Earth, we can see things disappear below the horizon, and that helps us calculate how big the Earth is. Scientists tried to find some sort of universe horizon that would reveal the scale of the cosmic sphere, but didn't see anything. Which means that if the universe is a hypersphere, it needs to be so big that from our perspective, it looks like we're living on a flat surface. For this to make sense, a hyperspherical universe should be at least 1,000 times bigger than our observable part. It could be 1 trillion times bigger for all we know, but not smaller than that. Some scientists thought all of this is way too straightforward and came up with a wilder option. The universe could be like the frosting of a donut. A hyperdonut, also impossible to visualize for your brain. This too means that if you travel in a straight line, you'd get back to where you started, but with fun complications. In a hyperdonut universe, there's not the same amount of stuff in every direction. If two spaceships fly in different directions, one could get back to the start way earlier. This also means that light from faraway galaxies would do fun and confusing stuff in a sort of cosmic Hall of Mirrors effect. We could see faraway things in two places, but not just that, we would see it in different moments in time, because its light would have taken much longer to travel in one direction than the other. You could see a star being born in front of you and see that same star die on the opposite side of the sky. How big would such a hyperdonut universe be?
That's so weird.
Well, because of its strange geometry, actually this is kind of the smallest possible universe, potentially just a few times bigger than the observable universe. But it could also be way, way bigger. We don't know. Okay, so much for finite universes. But what if it's truly infinite and space goes on forever? What would that be like? What if the universe is truly infinite? Actually, the cosmological model used by most scientists describes an infinite universe. We mostly use it to calculate what happens inside our observable chunk, but if taken literally, it predicts an infinite universe. An infinite universe goes on, well, forever, with no border anywhere.
No, it would be crazy if it did have a limit, but what's outside of it? That'd be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, either way you put it, it's so freaking crazy to think of. Like, it just
Also
keeps going. It just
impossible
keeps
to visualize.
creating.
Mm-hmm.
That's so. I feel like it just keeps creating. I don't think it has a limit.
Wherever you look,
I don't
you'll
know.
find more and
I don't
more
know,
stuff
I just
in
do this,
every
bro.
possible direction. This kind of breaks our brain a bit for a few reasons. First of all, if the universe is infinite, is it also eternal and has been there forever? Was there a time when there was
Right.
nothing everywhere and then there was something everywhere? Well, we don't know, but we have a lot of
It's
evidence
so
for the Big
crazy
Bang.
to think
so it
of.
really
You know what I mean? Like, the fact that it could be nothing and then all of a sudden something.
Yeah.
Like, how would that? How? That means it wasn't really nothing.
Yeah.
And that just means it was something, but not enough something to
So
be.
two atoms that came together.
And then it magically exploded.
Yeah, ultra nutted Earth, and now we're here, nigga.
You know what I think? Maybe it started with one thing. Like, because one thing isn't something, right?
I mean, yeah.
Everybody always says if it didn't start with something, then it had to start with nothing. But then there's something in between something and nothing, and that's one thing. You feel me? Something is multiple one things. Some. You have some of something. You don't have one of something. Some things.
Maybe you find out when you die.
So it probably started with one thing. Imagine it started with one thing, and that one thing was there for so long. That's why I believe in God. Like, I believe like one thing was there for so long that it willed itself to become something else. And then once you have two, you could have a million more.
Now you take shakes every day in the morning.
Because that one person was like, I'm not enough in this
Everywhere.
universe. But
Well, we don't
that's
know,
so real.
but we have a
'cause
lot
I
of
wouldn't
evidence
have
for the
you.
Big Bang, so it really seems like the universe started at some point in the past. But wait, since the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding. How can an infinite thing that's everywhere become even bigger? Cosmic expansion just means that the distance between galaxies is growing with time. Even an infinite space can become bigger. Welcome to the paradoxes of infinity. Infinity gets much weirder though. As you travel with your spaceship in a straight line, you find new galaxies, stars and planets, new wonders, new weird stuff, probably new aliens and new life forms stranger than you could ever imagine. But after a long time, you might find the most special thing in the universe, yourself. An exact copy of you watching this video right now. How can that be? Well, everything in existence is made of a finite amount of different particles. And a finite number of different particles can only be combined in a finite number of ways. That number may be so large that it feels like infinity to our brains, but it's not really. If you have finite options to build things, but infinite space that is full of things in all directions forever, then it makes sense that by pure chance, there will likely be repetition. Although, just because something is possible, doesn't mean it will actually happen. Maybe the universe goes on forever, but only the boring stuff repeats itself endlessly. Maybe there is really only one you. But if the laws of physics are the same everywhere, then far, far away, gas could have given birth to stars and planets where primitive genetic information could emerge from chemistry, which might have ended up in cells and animals that evolved
Yeah, it
in
literally
really
makes sense
unlikely
that there would
ways,
be other life.
and eventually apes that learn how to create online videos. It happened at least once, so the chance is not zero. Even if the chance of there being an
That's true.
exact copy of you watching
That's
this
crazy.
video right
That's
now
the
is
only
almost
thing we
zero,
know.
almost zero is
But
still a
still,
huge number
yeah.
in
That
an
we're
infinite
here.
universe. Unfortunately, you'll never meet, because almost zero still means the chance is incredibly small. Earth, as it exists right now, is so unlikely you'd have to travel incredibly far to find a second identical Earth. Some 10 to the 10 to the 29, a 1 followed by 100 octillion zeros, times the size of the observable universe. so
Damn.
far that it kind of means forever far away.
Yeah, bitch, like
Still,
you never gonna
in a
get there,
truly
so it's
infinite
okay.
universe,
Let's
every
not think
combination
about
of
it.
particles could reasonably not just occur only once, but an infinite number of
What's
times.
the universe is the firmament?
It's time to stop
The
now.
firmament?
While
Yeah.
these scenarios are
What's
possible
that?
on paper, we've
What do you
entered
call
science
it?
philosophy here.
What?
The Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Like the,
You teaching me something around the earth?
yeah.
You said the universe?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like what if outside of it is God
That'd
and
be cool.
heaven? And that's the reason why you can't get out, because it's like, bitch, you can't get here. You just can't travel here by thinking and by evolving. You have to actually earn your way here,
Yeah.
which is
None of
interesting.
these ideas are testable or
Because
provable.
why would something
If
make
the
itself,
universe is
or
infinite,
did it make
we will
itself
never know. The
not
reality
able
is,
to escape
For us, the universe
anything
is
inside?
finite and has an edge. And we can see the edge in time. Everything
I
we
don't
can
know if it-
interact with is within the observable universe, and most likely, this will stay true forever. Even if this finite universe feels small to you, it's more than big enough to fulfill all the dreams that we and our descendants can ever come up with. Infinitely
Yeah.
enough for all of
I
us.
can work in 2 days, bitch.
While we
Better
can't
make
be
something
sure
shake.
whether the universe is infinite, many fascinating questions do have definitive answers in science, maths, and
Bad.
Yeah.
All right.
That was really interesting. I like that. I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a nice one.
Yeah, like that made me think about my life, which usually I don't like to do because I'd be just thinking about death. But that made me think about like, girl, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Death probably isn't really even death. Like, it's death to us because we don't see them anymore. But to them,
Yeah, that's how I wondered. That's what I said. Maybe you find out when you die.
yeah. But then I would just wonder, like, why can't we know now?
I guess we're not fucking wise enough
You think it is that? One time when I was younger, I used to
to
think
become a
that
true human and experience death and eternity. That's the only way to find out.
I used to think
Baby.
that if I said the right word in my head, that God would take me.
It's crazy. Like,
I thought Michael Jackson, like everybody that ever died, thought the right thing, and that's why they were taken away. Is that crazy?
kinda.
Yeah, I think so too.
But some people like crazy.
My head
I
hurts.
have maybe some people. All right. Goodbye.